there is nothing called auspicious in auspicious. There is no Ashada Masa sale for that. You start and everything is Shravan there. And here simple, like you are disciplined, you are planning to create wealth. 30 years, it is not the stock market, it is not the particular commodity, particular wealth cycle makes you rich. What makes you rich is discipline, planning, guidance, and little bit of working to the freedom. And if I can look at these stories, I mean, some of us here, these personas, either we are partly that personas or fully of that personas. Sometimes we invest, sometimes we are delaying, sometimes we are starting, but we are having one asset class of investing. You need to go and reflect where I belong to. Whether I have a traits of Ramesha. When I do this Mahabharata, ethics and Mahabharata, I talk about there is a syndrome which we got. For example, if there is a Karna syndrome. Karna is, though he is born in is a Kshatriya Putra, his mindset is always, I am Suta Putra.
Yeah.
And that mindset, if you move out of that mindset and understand your origin, that you are Kshatriya Putra, you would not have locked on to Duryodhana.
Yeah.
Similarly, whatever the mindset we have, we need to shift our mindset. Probably, if I have a Ramesh mindset, Sunita mindset, or Meera mindset, probably I can go to Meera mindset and start investing, start doing it. It is like, we should not be like Karna repeating that I am a Suta Putra. Like, no, if I am poor, like Swami Vivekananda said once, if you are poor, it's like, if you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but you die poor, it's your mistake. we are all need to work on that. It's how you can look at it. And it is like, which story are you writing right now with the today's choices? In fact, in my book, I write about this. You can go and, in my book, lot on the dharmic way I can do it. It's this entire book I wrote is next book which is coming in. It is like there is a story, there is a sutra, there is a structure, there is a shift in mindset, and there is an action what you need to take. And if you are not acting, then how much we learn. Like if I can go to my Dharmaraj Prabhu and listen to him every Saturday Bhagavad Gita, and if I coming back on Sunday morning, I do whatever the way I want to do, then Krishna taught everything, but nothing caught inside. Then what can I do? It is I have to blame my my Gotra, whatever. And this is where if I can look at the Bhagavad Gita and the financial planning, which I wrote this sometime back in the LinkedIn. It's a Karmaniya when Krishna tells something which I can apply to the financial planning, this each one of you are very experts today, but he can plan with full seriousness, which you can calculate what is the number. Go back and spend some time. I don't know, there is one question here, we are coming with the families. We all spend time together with bhajans. How many of times we sit together in the family, discussed with your spouse, this is our financial goal, this is our family goal, this is where we are standing, this is where we intend to go. Have we done any time? Honestly, I'm not asking. I don't want to make you embarrassed. But how many times we sat together? But honestly, this is the most dangerous thing. I jokingly used to tell, some time back, if I am not discussing with my wife, I am busy on planning for my retirement and investing. And she will be busy on planning for her gold buying. And gold in investments is fine, but gold in ornament is dangerous. One, how to keep it and how to remake it and how to struggle it. And it's the question is we need to have one family goal. I personally feel we should have a family financial goal. It's like Bhagavad Gita, how it is relevant to us every time. We need to make it relevant. We need to be relevant to the world every time. It's like my great grandfather's photograph, when I see he was he was never wearing his shirt and he was always having that pelaka and and we have changed it. Like today in the corporate world, we go with a suited and booted because world is changed. Not that we are attached to the suit and boot. It is for the thing we wear for it and we leave it. I had one of my bosses. He used to tell me it's like during my probation period, whenever I used to travel, he's a Punjabi and. The moment he used to host me, because I was a bachelor at that time, he used to host me dinner most of the days because we used to sit late. And while going in the car, the moment we sat in the car, he used to take out his tie. And he used to ask me, "Beta, main kya kiya, abhi pata hai?" I said, "Sir, you remove your tie." No. I want tie from my office. And we need to get that kind of life. And we go back home and take the suit, you put it out on there is a hanger. And he says, क्या किया है? मैंने बोला आप सूट निकाला है. No, 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 I am not. Burden of the office is removed. There I am entering home. I think we need to get ourselves that. We need to learn from it. And here, that's like how you can calculate your numbers. Sit with a family, have a family goal, have a family financial goal. Probably you need to take that one sankalpa. Family goal and family financial goal. Because any goal without finances, nothing can be sustainable. And today, money is the most important thing, whether you accept it or not. It is a necessary evil, and we need to handle it. And what is your number? What is the kind of assets where you are investing? What kind of returns you are getting at? And make one good plan. For good plan, you need to know where we are going. First I need to switch on my GPS. I need to know where I have to go. Otherwise, GPS take me wherever it want to take. And it's like if I am getting out in Mumbai in the morning when I go to the cab and I board the cab, or in my the hotel where I stay, I ask him to take him to the airport. There are 3 airports in Mumbai. He will take me, if I am not telling him which airport he has to take it, he will take me to the airport where he gets more taxi fare. It is like, we need to plan for our life. Otherwise somebody will take us for a ride. Then whether we need to ride. And this is where we can do stage 1. And stage 1 is planning, if I can look at from Gita's context. And if I can look at phase 2 is preparing. How I prepare is, there is some of us who are investing in the stock markets or any asset classes. There is always up and down. But what we need to do is, even our mind, it's like, they say, Goddess Lakshmi is Chenchal. But honestly, Goddess Lakshmi is not Chenchal. Your money is Chenchal. She is steady, but we will not use it rightly. And when we prepare for Sri Suktam, we say to her, come back and stay with us fully, right? To stay her, inviting her fully here, we need to tell her, we need to be that steady, and our mind should be. Markets is, and there is a shift can happen. Certain things we can't predict. Like I would have invested, if I am not having right health insurance, all your money has just gone. If you are not having right health insurance, every time we go to the hospitals, to be frank, it's not the joking what I told my friend's father. It is very true that people will check your pulse before your pulse. Yeah. They will ask you, do you have an insurance policy? Then there is a different rate, and you are not having insurance policy, there is a different rate. Means world is commercialized. You can't change the world. All that I need to do is I need to change, because I have to navigate and move. I need to be successful. I can't say there is an obstructions, and every obstruction is an instruction for us. There is a guru of mine who said obstacles are always there, but don't see obstacles are obstacles. Obstacles are not obstructions. Obstacles are instructions for you to grow. We can do. There are weathering dualities. You need to prepare for that emergencies. Preparation is the most important part. Planning is the first. Preparation is the next. Then last is the action, the execution. It's our karma yoga where we need to use. It's where we can get there rightly. It is the execution beats the perfection. It is the small things we start. Even 5,000 rupees I start investing. Even 1,000 rupees I start investing. Even if I can start teaching my children from the day one. And this is where you said, Prabhu, there is a lesson. You said my first financial lessons. This is I used to do for the school children. We trained over 5 lakh teachers across the country to teach that children. Because in India we have not taught finance at the basic school levels, and we need to teach. We used to do this program called FEFE, Financial Education for Educators. And the Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, when we were in Banaras University, he converted this into Uttar Pradesh government, and he asked us to create a program. It is called ASAN, Adhyapak Arthik Shiksha Yojana. That's the way Yogi works, and we need to be, that action is most important. You need to do that little, it's an unattached action, irrespective of the markets. I want to invest, and I want to continuously do where I can work. And if you want to get a freedom, I use the acronym called freedom, and this is a simple way where we can all accomplish. But start with the bottom to top. You should have, when we want to achieve the financial freedom, the first is, we want to have retirement, right in retirement. We need to understand what is that right retirement for us. Each of us right retirement is very different. I had a boss of mine, for him retirement is soon after corporate life, he went back to his hometown Karnataka, started agriculture. That is the meaning, that is the life. For some of us, our children are abroad. Soon after that, we will fly back and we feel bored. We are in Atlanta, we are elsewhere, and we become, prisoners of the home. Then we struggle, and that is a different. But then we find a meaningfulness in that. We need to get what is that meaningful second innings for you. How you want to retire? What is your vision for your retirement? You need to look at that vision. Then what is that? Retirement. Most of the people where I have seen, the soon after the retirement, still 60 or whatever the age they are retiring, they look much younger, much brighter. And after that, in 1 year, you see they have aged for 10 years kind of. Because they lose that purpose. While I am working, I work for the 3 P's. One is your promotion, second is your perks, third is your pay. And you lost all the 3. You go back home. What you need to do? Then you need to find another 3 P's. First P is your purpose, second P is your pension, third P is your plan. How you can go forward. You need to have that meaningful innings, own the purpose, and second, third B is debt free. As you age, maybe if I want to retire at 60, maybe 50 onwards, you should try to reduce your loans. And most of us, we love 1 flat, we want to go for second flat. मैं लोगों से बोलता हूँ second flat को जाना है ना, loan ना लो, reverse कर लो. Then you need to be debt free. Reduce the debt as much as possible, because reducing the debt gives you a lot of financial independence. The moment you have more loans, then it's dangerous part. You end up paying up for the interest very heavily. And today we pay for our children. We are buying for their education loan. They go abroad. Today they are struggling. Most of them, they are not having jobs. They are waiting for it. Then we don't want that to be accumulated. We repay from here. And we can minimize as much as possible the debt free. Then VP is evolving investments. How your money you are invested and whether your money is growing. Once in 3 months, you can look at a review and sit with your advisor. And most of the times I'll say financial planning should have a family together. Because all of us need to be on the same page. Spouse understanding and children understanding makes a lot of difference. Initially, it is very difficult to have a family financial conversations. Like the way we have a spiritual conversations, bhajans. We need to at least know this we do every day, that we can do at least once a month. Once a month we can have a family financial conversations where we are standing, where we are going, where we are together. So that each of us will be in the same kind of life. And you can have, then investments can also evolve. Whether I am putting in equity, whether I put in international equity, whether I put it in commodities, where I put my money, what it is doing. If it is not doing right, then I can take out, I can take corrective action. Not that all investments where I am putting is going to grow. It may not grow sometimes. Then I need to step back and do that. Then this is E is very much important. How many of us have this emergency fund? If you are keeping emergency fund, life is good. Emergency fund could be 3 months to 6 months monthly spendings should be available to us, either in the savings bank account or liquid fund to us. Or it could be little longer, even 12 months it's okay for us. You need to keep that emergency fund. I'll tell you a story of my 2 friends. They were journalists. They were working with one of the biggest TV channels. During COVID, wife and husband, both of them are working 2 different channels. And both of them are earning their annual package together is roughly 3.5 crores to 4 crores. And they had 2 houses they bought, very luxurious houses. One they are staying, one they have rented out, but both on EMI. And then after 3 months, when the COVID time, both of them asked to go. They didn't got any other job. There is no emergency fund. And they have to sell the second house to fund the first house EMI. And they have to sell for the half the price. You see life, how difficult it is. Had they planned for 6 months, nothing will happen to me. Then 6 months if you hold, then you got another job, life is good. And that's where the emergency fund is most important for us. For every one of us, there could be one situation, emergency fund. Then R is your retirement corpus, that is the sacrosanct. I want to keep 3 crores, 4 crores, 5 crores, whatever the number you are looking at, that retirement corpus I will not touch for some other purposes. And that corpus I can always see growing, and that is rightly invested. I use the formula called 3 buckets. I can share later how you need to do that, and that will give us the financial independence. Financial independence is I don't need to depend on money, and I can do what I want to do. I can serve. That is where serve fully. We spoke about this content. I can serve when I have everything, and money will serve me. I will serve. Like I will not become a servant to the money, but money will be a servant to me. Then that's where I can work for it. And there's a own purpose. You have a meaningful innings. and you become bigger than the money. And when I say you give your money, always why I ask the people to donate for philanthropy is, the moment you give money to the charity, you become bigger than the money. Once you are bigger than the money, money will become, you will not become a slave to money. This is where the dharmic way of understanding money. And and this is a simple plan, your retirement checklist. You have a goal, you have a purpose, you have a protection, you have estate planning, and you have a purpose. If you can keep this writing, make it simple, and if you can make this is my financial goal, this is the corpus, I get it in Excel sheet, or there are many calculators on the app, and this is a health insurance, I have life insurance, this is a protection, this is a disability cover. And today another biggest problem which I have seen is post-COVID, some of us, we have taken knowingly or unknowingly first vaccine, second vaccine, third vaccine, and there is a huge problem. One is for the youngsters, there is this question of heart attacks. When I talk to, in Harvard School, we have a doctor who talks about all the side effects. People have not taught us, not informed us. And the rest of us, we are getting to unknown dementia. Suddenly we are forgetting something. Last month something, this is again a case where I personally seen. Last month we were discussing, it's about retirement, corpus, everything. This month when he met, he forgot everything. He's literally lost his memory, and he is in hospital. Now imagine if you have not written where we are. This is where I always keep telling people, don't just depend on your mobile or laptop. Keep some printouts at home where you have invested, why you have invested. Honestly, simple written note. In fact, I used to have these books. If I see, I procure, I can organize, where you need to write whatever I own so that my family should know. This is a story during the COVID which has happened. This is a major, he's a retired major who was in Kochi. He was attending one of my estate planning session. There is a Malayalam Manorama the week we have done this program. And this man was sitting in the session, and during the session itself he used to tell them how you need to write your will writing and estate planning. And that estate planning he completed, and what he did is after 2 to 3 weeks he sat together at home, and he wrote one envelope, he created a will. In India, in will we don't need to register, still it is valid. And he has also did one thing, he got in army officers where they get the money, what is the PF money they can withdraw, how they can go for life, there is a health issue insurance where they need to go, whom to approach. He put 2 envelopes. And after the second COVID, he got affected, and we have lost him. And then after a couple of months, I was in Kozhikode where they stay. I was doing a program with the same Manorama group, and his wife, she came, and there's a 400 people who are in that group, and she was at the last, and she wanted to talk desperately. And sometimes there is a disturbance. Then we were looking at elderly women. We said, "Madam, you can come here and tell." No, I do not have any question, I want to speak. And sometimes we are also a little worried, some people who love to speak, they want to take the mic, they love the mic more than and we are very afraid, but the elderly woman, we said, "Madam, Mataji, you can sit." Then she said, "Beta, nothing, I came here only to thank." After attending that session, my husband did 2 things which I do not know anything about money, anything about. We lost him, but he ensured our life is peaceful with these 2 envelopes. We need that 2 envelopes, all of us need to do that. Write one will writing, even a simple plain paper, and write all your things. Even keep it in a locker, keep it in somewhere. Second is all that, you have little land elsewhere, for example, the same flat we are owning in NCC or Regalia elsewhere, where the documents, what we need to do with it, and if something happens, how to get. This is an SB account, this is a recurring deposit account, this is a FD account, and this is the income tax return. All that our family, even if they do not know, if we can take a printout and tell them, these are the 2 envelopes may be required in case I am not there tomorrow morning. You do not know, right? But tomorrow morning, all that we need to say, Krishna, the next day morning I got up. We are getting up in the morning, we need to thank the Lord that we are alive. Yeah. And that's where we need to look at your corpus, your protection, and the estate planning. And also go back and today do check your investments, what is the nominations where you have. And for example, I got employed, but I got married in 92 or 93. Till 2012, 20 years, my nomination is my mother. And when mother is not there, then you decide, Harish, it's not there, then you move to spouse. But we need to, like, you do not know, in between nothing has happened, God is kind and you are kind. But something happens, then where the money will go? You want your spouse to get that money. Like, we need to, even if the mother is taking, then you have other brothers, then then we know money, how it can create an issue. And you need to do that. And last is what will you devote your time? It's like purpose for which we are living. For example, so we are serving Krishna. Then how I can do that. How I need my longevity. Then how I can serve, how I can expand myself. Even serving at one level, we need to go up. Whether our understanding is changed. Second is how the impact has changed. I keep telling people, till certain age you work for income, then there is certain age you work for impact. Then income we are looking at a power of compounding, but even impact can look at a power of compounding. Like today I can serve 100. If I can serve 1,000, then I serve 1 lakh. Then I have an ability and capability. Once I have that purpose, sankalpa, then Lord gives a siddhi. All that I need is sadhana. Sankalpa siddhi is sadhana. But sadhana impact, and that will make us much more younger. I had a privilege with Dr. Kalam sir, and I learned a lot from him. And like after his presidentship, I was in Anna University. I was doing a guest lecture. Kalam sir is a professor there, adjunct professor. And incidentally, my room was given next to him. And Kalam sir I knew when he was here in Hyderabad. And he said, "What session you are doing?" And I said, "I am doing this." And I didn't ask him why he is asking. Then he came and sat in the classroom at the last. And after going back in the lunch, come, how are you? How was the session? I said, "It's good." "No, session is not good." I said, "You are only speaking. They are not. Do you know whether they are listening to you?" Okay. And there is no engagement, and you are not asked a single question. And then he said how to do that. You need to start your session. Even the last person need to engage. There is no eye contact with you, the last person. Then that is an observation. That's where he said, you need to create an impact for every person who is attending to you. They spend 1 hour of their time, their productive time. You wasted 1 hour of them. Hare Krishna. And during working, this is the, if I have 100 rupees I am earning, all that I need to do is 60%, 70% and 20%. The dream could be 10% for charity and emergency fund, then the living. This is a 3 bucket. There is for investment 3 bucket is I can put next 5 years money, which I need safely to invest. Next 5 years money, which is in the second bucket, where I can get little bit of income and capital. And third bucket, which can grow for me. For example, I retired last year. There is a ex-corpus. There is a part of 1/3 of the corpus which I kept. It is very safe investment. Even Trump creates some problem, money will not have any problem. Then I get my money. And I don't need to worry about the Trump or Iran war. Then next 30% of money, presuming Trump will not be there by the time. Then I have my money will grow a little more. And later 30%, I have in a bucket which can grow much faster. It is on the super highway. Means every year if I go back next 3 years if I review, my corpus remains the same, though I am eating out a sum of money, because my money will continuously grow. Means I have a growing corpus. We need to plan that way, because I don't need what I need at 90 years, I don't need to put it in SB account today. What I need for next 90 days only, I put it in SB account. Rest of the money can work for it. While I work for something else, my money will work for me. You need to plan. You need to just simplify it. Don't complicate it. And it is like this is what a distribution. When I planned for my retirement, now I know on 2033, 6 years, 7 years now, which check will come from where it will come. It has been my Excel sheet, and it can be like I can say this is a corpus which is coming in, this is a withdrawal, this will come, this is an inflation adjusted, these are 2-3 emergencies I put it. It could be a health, it could be something else, even it could be a dementia, it could be. Then you need to plan that way. Then you need to get the tax efficient income, which may not end up paying to the government of India unnecessarily. And there is a multiple ways how I can save my tax. Either in the my investments I can make tax efficient, my estate planning I can do tax efficient. And managing the health cost, first thing is preserving our health. One is the insurance fees definitely required, but ensuring ourselves with our own discipline, the way we think. Yesterday I was talking to one of my professors in Harvard, and he said 10 years earlier and 10 years after, now current AI, what has changed the world, I asked him. He said, 10 years before, if I have to talk to you, I'll ask you to how to, he's a professor in leadership. Your time management and your mind, your self-management is the most important thing. But if I have to talk to you today, your energy management is most important to me. I asked him, what is the difference? Now, right now, earlier if I have to prepare for my class, I need to prepare for 2 days for 1 hour class. Now I prepare in 20 minutes for 1 hour class because thanks to AI gives everything to me. Means my time management becomes irrelevant. And what is becoming energy management is your body, your emotion, your mind, and your soul, your spirit. What is that body? You know what I am eating, because the kind of food which I eat, and the mind kind of thoughts which the content I am observing. The people are busy in scrolling, and then you are constantly engaged. Then you are constantly engaging. Your decision making power has come down. Means your energy has slowed down. Body and then emotional. Today we are much more less connected. I have 1,000 Facebook friends, or I have my LinkedIn followers of 10,000. But I have one person who can closely I can talk. I may not have there. And then that my emotion management is. Then the last is the spirit. I mean, we have that divine connection. What we have, how we can manage that energy, because that belief will make us get back and serve someone. We are bigger purpose. Today we are. I think we are such a blessed soul to be in the path of Lord Krishna. I think nothing else is there. And when you have that blessed soul, that spirit of that energy, even my downtime should be much lesser. If somebody I am going out, I mean, while I take an NCC car out, there is a issue which is coming from that side of the car. Somebody comes and hit. And hit can have, normal person can get one day struck, mera car gaya. Then you are an ISKCON person, you should have 1 minute, 10 minutes. Okay, Lord bless him, then I have to go for my insurance. Your energy is come back to you. You need to manage your energy. And that's where, time management to energy management, which you can look at your health cost. Your health cost will come down when you manage your energy. Your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, and your psychological health. If you can take all these healths together, we have already insured 90%. 10% we will go for insurance company as a donation. Most likely we don't want to utilize that. We will just give it, we just give it to them. Then we have a diversified income source. My income source should not come from one particular income. For example, if I put in one fund of America, then I am not getting money. Last year, if I put in the last 6 months only Korea fund, now last 2 days it is not working. Or if I invested in the gold 8 years back, 6 years it has not worked. Then can I look at multiple ways of getting it? Like Hyderabad real estate 3 years before and Hyderabad real estate today. It's like, you won't get that. Or you want 2 flats and you want to get it, rent it out. Half of it is vacant, no tenant is coming. Or the tenant, you give it to the politician, he has not given the rent. Then you are gone. Then how you can do the diversified income sources? How you can get there? We are already running short of time.
No problem, bro. You can, no problem.
I think I am coming to the end. I can just say, you just can't retire, you need to refire. Retire, you are only withdrawing from the active life, but you are becoming, your passive life will become much more active, you serve much more active. And day without structure, we need to bring that structure to the day. Somebody who is retiring. And in the pre-retirement, I identified to my chair, my company, that identification lost, and you need to find a different identity. All that you need to do is refire. I said energy management. Redirect your energy with a chosen purpose. The purpose is to serve the Lord, purpose is to serve the community. I keep telling the people, while working while I am in the corporate, in the private companies, we call it the CTC, right? What is CTC?
Cost to the company.
Cost to the company. In fact, when I was in Aditya, I used to go for these campus recruitments. I used to ask these boys and girls, what is that? Sir, CTC, you are expert. The guy, the person who is placement officer, she will introduce to you. This boy has got last year, my college has got 10 lakh CTC, 12 lakh CTC, and this boy is for 10 lakhs is selected. And I asked these boys and girls, what do you mean by CTC? They said cost to the company. I tell them, I coming from a Marwadi company. For me, cost is a liability. And why should I take it to you? In the balance sheet, whether it will be asset or liability, they said it's liability. Cost comes on the debt side of it, right? It is a liability. Then if you are liability, why should I hire you? Then they will discuss for some time, then they will say, no, I am contributing to your company, you are paying the money. Then why don't you define that as a contribution to the company? Cost to the company. Whereas after retirement, CTC is contribution to the community. And you know,
Wow.
we need to look at contribution to the community and contribution to the, like you know, even at one point of the time today nation needs us because wrong narratives are very much on. You have we not just pest control, you have a lot of cockroaches around the world. And no pest control can work. Our responsibility to cut down that narrative. Then our contribution to the country. By sitting at a home, some wrong narrative comes, I need to give back what Krishna gives one mantra.
Yeah.
And I need to get that narrative right. And you know, Gen Z means not the 10 people who are sitting on the crowd. Gen Z means my wonderful girls at my home, my society, and you know, wonderful boys who are in the path of the Lord Krishna who are serving. They are the Gen Zs for us. And they are Zen with the Z.
Yeah. Wow. Zen with the Z.
And you know, plant, like it's a typical the tree plantation, what we do. It's like I plant a tree not for consuming myself, I plant a tree for my next generation. We need to ensure that we need to plan for our next generation. And your retirement action plan, if I go back, only 5 points. How much retirement money you need to work. It's a simple Excel sheet, we all can work after retirement, number of years. How much money I need, I can work on the one number. Then there I want to invest in your various assets. That is the deciding part. First I need to know where I want to go, how much I need. Then how I need to invest, what time I need to invest, how I need to withdraw, how I need to enjoy my money, how I need to contribute my money, how I can look at, and how my insurance can work, protecting my money, protecting my health, and protecting my investment. And then legal documentation, that's the most important part and easiest thing, but we'll tend to postpone. We will not postpone that. And last but not the least, giving plan, because our date of expiry we do not know. Return ticket is given to us, date is not printed on that. We have come with the return ticket, and you know, whenever I travel now, most of the times I go with open tickets because my sessions get extended. I stay back, but here when we come here in this world, return ticket is printed, but date is not decided. Which flight we have to take, and ensure that before we get that return ticket printed, we need to give how I can give back my money. Whether I want to give it to the society, this can go to the ISKCON, this can go to my children, this can go to some the purpose. All of us having some purpose to give. You know, it's, it's how I can give that. And we chant Hare Krishna mantra, and here the mantra for us is the mantra itself. MANTRA for our Indian client. All that, you know, markets will undergo change. What should not undergo change is your mind. Before managing your money, master your money. And A is your asset allocation. Where I invest my money, how it is growing, how it is safekeeping, how it is earning, how it can be tax efficient, asset allocation. N is nurturing the compounding. It is like, you know, every bhajan we do, we go deeper into it, our DNA is changing and we are surrendering to the Lord, we are in that particular place, no thoughts, only Krishna, and you know, we are with Krishna and Krishna is with us. And similarly, nurturing a compound is how I can invest my money that can grow without doing anything, and it's the longer the period, higher the compounding. And it's never look at a short term, like you know, if I come and do one day yoga, my tummy cannot come down, and you know, and one day walking, you know, you will not become fit. It happens in Hyderabad, right? How many of you have seen on 1st of January Necklace Road? No, 1st of January you go, at least 10,000 people on Necklace Road with that Adidas shoes and what do you call, Nike shoes and Reebok t-shirts and everything, and probably the day before they would have bought everything. And you go to till the time Sankranti, 10,000 will come, 5,000. Pongal people will enjoy. Then on the Republic Day, 26th January, you go, only Buddha is there. Only Buddha is public, we are the public. We want short term, long term. And managing the risk is the most important part. Risk from which side we don't know, and for us in the markets earlier we used to deal risk can come from, we used to address, you know, various mathematics tools, algorithms. Today risk will come from tweet in the evening, risk will come from tweet in the morning.
Yeah.
And you know, when to sell, when to buy, that's the risk management. And last but not the least, which is under our control, is aligning with the meaning of the life, meaning of the money, meaning of the investment. Being meaningful itself is the meaning. You know, it's I need to get there. Probably again we are blessed because that will drive us. That is the belief will drive us. Krishna will drive us. And that meaning we need to stick it. But all that I could see is nowadays, we have become like your mobile screens and your laptop screens, and we are on the screens. I still believe, this is my personal opinion, I am an executive coach. I have seen all my coaches who are successful, who have written their goals on a piece of paper, which is stick to their table or which is available. I mean, something in the pustak will go directly to the mastak. And something in the laptop, the moment battery is discharged, everything is discharged.
Yeah.
And you become soft, right? Like I read books in the Kindle, I read books on my hard copies. And whichever the book, first I read in Kindle because that's easy on the travel. But I buy that book, and because whatever I read in the Kindle, I open in the flight and complete it. By the time I got down the flight, my memory is gone. But whatever in the hard copy one, I'll have a photographic memory. Then I say, this is in the third paragraph of 53 page. This is the fourth sentence.
Yeah.
Then I know that. That's the way we will work on it. Probably write your goals, write your financial plans, everything on piece of paper, and that will really help. Little time, but we need to go back to our old. I mean, had it been Bhagavad Gita only, Kindle we would have forgotten.
Yeah.
Thanks that we got hard copies and we get that hard copy.
Still, yes.
And align with them. And you need to design, build it, and manifest it. This is what my retirement planning manifesto is. Manifestation is the most important part. How you can manifest. With this, we can have 3 things. 5 things. I will start today, not someday. We normally postpone. I will plan fully to hold the outcome lightly, as Karma Yoga teaches. I will prepare for life's dualities and emergency fund and adequate cover. I will execute steadily. I will treat my wealth as a trust to be created, protected, and rightly distributed. And the trust is the way where we can work. This is the mantra where we can look at retirement is not an age but a stage of freedom, and planning can make it happen. And manifesto is you are manifesting, you are manifesting, you are visualizing, and you are making it up and accomplished. You are living the life what you want to manifest. This is where I wrote in that book. And life begins at retirement. And this is from my side. Thank you so much, Hare.
Thank you very much. Please be seated for a few minutes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
How many of you think that this is useful? Yeah. I think probably would have spent some more time. Would have maybe some other time request probably to work with you. It's like fast track. For me, everything is flying off.
Crash course.
Very
Crash
fast.
course.
Yes, we should.
So
We can take questions.
Yeah,
We have time. We can
yes,
take
we'll take questions. And Prasad just came, so they take some time to arrange and everything. So, sorry, what I want to say. Yeah, there is a nice quotation. Plan to fail, fail to plan. When I heard that first time when I heard that, it was really shaken me. Right? If you are failing to plan, you are planning to fail. Right, Krishna? So that's why planning is needed. Right? Especially it is very common in our Krishna consciousness, in our spiritual life. We are planning. Right? We are planning the art of living and art of living. Right? So planning to live, so how our living should be. So that these sessions are very, of course, Krishna consciousness is very important. And I will get in some thought. Generally, in our Krishna consciousness, we get a thought. Well, Krishna will take care of everything. Then why I have come to Krishna? Krishna will take care. No, I don't have to. But what Bhagavad Gita is telling? Do your best.
Leave the rest.
Leave the rest to God. Without doing your best, you cannot go to the Krishna. No? Krishna has given us the intelligence. Krishna has given the body, everything, finance, everything Krishna has given. So what are we doing? Are we utilizing it properly or not? Right? So we have to do that. So that is this part. So we have to look at what is one important point. Have you ever sat with your family discussing your financial situation, financial mind? I never did that. I was, God, what did I do? I never did that. Everything is with me only. If I am gone one day, what happens? Everybody cares. Then cursing, will they be cursing us? Ah, this fellow rascal.
Before also, after also.
There will be some fighting and there will be some. After you cannot do anything. How to tell you? So let us not do that. So without delay, so we might definitely have a question. So we'll take some questions from Prabhuji. So any questions you can ask. That's one time.
Yeah, I have a question.
Prabhuji, before that, let's welcome
Oh,
Lina
yeah, yeah.
Prabhuji.
What for? Oh, please forgive me.
Prabhuji Hare Krishna. So I didn't tell you Prabhuji Leela Prabhuji is going to come and we are waiting. So he came. So that was just, I was telling them, we have conducted Radhayatra in 7 communities. Right? So the person is going to come is conducted Radhayatra in 70 communities. Sometimes he has more experience, more planning. He is a very good organizer, very good planner. So,
He is a CA himself.
he himself is a CIO of the company. So he is doing both the jobs, CIO here, CIO here. So let us welcome Prabhuji. Now, feel loud and clear.
Haribol! Haribol!
Hare Krishna. So now we'll take some questions.
One more mic is there?
Yeah, only one.
That mic?
Okay, yeah, I think that we can use. Yeah. Switch it on. You have to switch on that. Just switch it on. Switch it on. It will come. That's all. Nothing else. Just switch it on.
Switch on the mic.
Yeah, it will come. Yeah, now. Wait.
Hare Krishna. Sorry first of all for coming late. You know, I thought of coming early, but I didn't plan properly. But I would want to hear the first 12 slides I missed, maybe later from Prabhuji. One question I have, Prabhuji, is when you spoke about estate, you know, you talked about will and, you know, all the aspects, legal aspects. So you touched upon a point of nominee, right? After you die, your wife or your mother, something like that. What happens if you have not nominated anybody? Where does that fund go?
It will go as per as per your legal heirs. You get a legal heir certificate that is a very complicated today, and it will go as per the legal heir certificates. Even it's technically in Indian context, no, it's working. Even the nominee is also like not technically nominee is also not having a right on your wealth.
Oh.
It's like I can always contest it. It's like for example, you have 2 children. You give nomination for first son. Second son first son the money will automatically he claims. But second son can go and contest because I belongs to my father's money also belongs to me. That will that will be a problem in the court. You have to pay back. Nominee will not have a legal right technically. Better is will writing. That's where we write the will. Will writing is the most important. If it is allows, what I can do next time, I have a good friend who is an authority in India. My name is Mr. Deepak Jain in estate planning. I will organize one session here for him.
Haribol!
And what we'll do on that day, we will spend another 1 hour later. We will get a standard format of the will because now most of us, it is a simple will only. For us, we are not complicated. If we are not having a lot of assets and we have only parents' asset and my asset and little, it is a 80%. We can just fill the form and the template can be done and we can go and back, type it and do it. We can do then and there. Wherever there is a complication, they need to consult someone. And if there is no complication, there is nothing to do.
And another statement you told us, will doesn't have to be registered in
Yes.
India. Can you elaborate on that?
No, normally the globally will you need to get registered or notarized, then only it is valid. In India, even a handwritten will is also valid, very much valid. I can write my handwritten will, all that I need to do is, I need to take one witness, I can keep it,